In this video, we are going to create a template page for our websites. So, first thing I'm going to do is open up Sublime Text. And Sublime Text, now I need to create a file or find my file called template.html. So I'm going to do File, and I'm going to do File New, and then I'm going to do File, and I'm going to Save. I'm going to Save As, because actually I already have a file with this name. I'm going to navigate to where I keep my websites for class. So it's a folder called Websites. And in that folder, I have 3 folders, and one of those is called Templates. And in that, I have a file called template.html, and that's what I'm going to name my file. So I'm going to replace it because I already have a file with that name. Okay, so when we create websites, the first thing that we do at the top of our page for every website is we put it in the doc type. So we start with the exclamation point, and then I have doc type in caps, and at HTML. So we're saying that the doc type that we're using for this page is doc type HTML. You have to spell it right though, HTML. We don't want to confuse the browsers. Okay, so that is what goes at the top of every web page. Now inside the web page, then we have to start the HTML. So we start with HTML at the top, and then we end with HTML. Everything is nested in a website. Now I'm going to put some space in between here because this is the start of my website and this is the end of my website. Now one more tricky thing about the HTML, this is where we declare what language our website is going to be. Now you can make any language, but for class we should use English because that's the language that I can read. I could probably do a little Spanish if you really wanted to, but I need to do English websites for class. And so we'll talk about this later, but this is an attribute. The attribute is called lang for language, and then equal, and then what the attribute is going to be in quotation marks, right? Okay, so that is the outside of my website. Now I'm going to, every website has a head and a footer, so I'm going to create a head, and then going along with my practice, I'm going to create it and I'm going to close it immediately. And you can see it pre-typed it for me because it knew that I would want to close what I had started, right? So that's where I'm going to put my metadata, the data that does not appear on your web page. And then I'm going to add a body to my website. And this is where the guts, this is the part that you're going to see on my web page. That's where this is going to appear. Now inside my head, I'm going to do a couple more things. I'm going to put inside my head some metadata that doesn't really show up on the website. So first I'm going to give my website a title. And this actually does appear in the browser bar, so it's very important to have a good title. It also is used by search engine. It's metadata. It's very important, even though it doesn't appear in the heart of your page. It still is important. And so I'm going to call it template, just so that I know what I called it, know what it's for. And then I'm going to put one more thing in here that kind of structural for the website. I'm going to put in meta charset equals, and again, this is another attribute, which we'll talk about today as well. And I'm going to have the attribute is going to be UTF-8, and that pulls in the character set that we're going to use on this website. Then let's put one thing into the body of our website. I'm going to, just so I have something here, I'm going to put in just one p tag, and I'm going to close it right away. And in between that, I'm going to type, "This is a website." So this is your website template. Now make sure you save it. It's very important to save. Use Command S or Control S on Windows to save. And then you also can view it and see what you see. Open in browser. Let's see what happens here. It actually opened on a different, other window. So I'll pull it over here so you can see it. So as you can see, remember we named it template? That is what appears up here. My title of my website appears up here. And then I have p tags. This is a website, and this appears. This other stuff, the head, the body, everything in the tags, you do not see on the website. You only see the part that goes between the tags. And so that is how we should make a template for our websites.